Hey everybody, I'm Chef Ski with Cooking with Ski, and this is Spatchcocked Blue-Q-BBQ chicken. Now that we are in the summer grilling mood, I was thinking, what would make folks say, "Wow, this is freaking awesome"? I was also thinking, what is North Carolina known for? Barbecue. And what better way than to cook a North Carolina original recipe than cooking on my Weber kettle? Today, I'll be spatchcocking, or more commonly called butterflying, a whole chicken, which is my favorite way to smoke a whole chicken. This is done by cutting out the backbone and cracking the keel bone of the chicken. There is no waste with this method because the backbone can be used to make a delicious chicken stock. This will allow the chicken to lay flat on the grill. This does a couple of things, but mainly allows the chicken to cook faster and reduce the time on the grill, which means a moister, juicier bird at the end of the cooking. To help add additional flavor to the moisture and flavor, I will be injecting the chicken with a apple, rosemary, and garlic solution. For the outside of the chicken, I will be seasoning the bird with a light coating of salt, pepper, and garlic. For this, I'll be using the Weber Kettle Performa with both baskets filled and a hardwood lump coal, both vents open full to smoke our chicken. The baskets are set on each side of the kettle with our chicken sitting in the aluminum pan placed in the center of the grill. The temperature that I'm shooting for on the grill is around 400 degrees. I will be using my remote temperature probe to check the breast temperature for 155 degrees and around 170 for the first basting. We're looking for a temperature of 165 degrees in the breast and about 176 degrees in the thigh. So let's get started and make our Blue-Q barbecue sauce and spatchcock our chicken. Okay, we're going to go ahead and start now by making up the Blue-Q barbecue sauce. And what you see now is I got a cup and a half of fresh blueberries, 1 cup of apple cider vinegar, 1/4 tablespoon of crushed red pepper flakes, 1 cup of sugar, 1 bay leaf, and a 1/4 teaspoon of ground cinnamon. You can also go with one 3-inch cinnamon stick, works just as well. And what we're going to do from that is we're going to go ahead and mix the blueberries, apple cider vinegar, and sugar. We're going to pulse it in a food processor to break up the berries and everything. Once we have that done, we're going to move it over into a saucepan. We're going to add in the crushed red peppers, cinnamon, and bay leaf. We're going ahead and pulse it. We're going ahead and simmer it down. Once we get it simmered, we're going to go ahead and strain it and then return it back and let it simmer some more. Okay, so now that we got the barbecue sauce now up and running and cooking and simmering, let's go ahead and concentrate on doing this spatchcock or butterfly chicken. So this is your chicken. This is your breast side up. Your legs here, your wings and wing tips, and the backbone. We're going to flip it over so that we have the backbone exposed. Okay. So this is your backbone. All right. Basically what we're going to do is just going to cut right along the backbone. This is the tail. We're just going to cut on each side of the backbone, and we're just going to cut it out. And I'm just going to use my kitchen shears. There's a little bit of cartilage in there that you have to cut through. Just cut it right on through. Okay, we're almost there. Okay, we got one side of it done. And now we're going to go to do the other side. We're going to do the exact same thing, except we're going to go to the other side of the bone. Okay. There we go. Almost there. Yeah. Yeah, we're pretty much through the worst of it. And there we go. A couple more snips. Okay. Go ahead and finish that up. There we go. And see, we just go ahead and pull that out. This is going to go into a stock pot. And I've already got the gizzards and stuff sitting in there for my puppies. So now we've got this opened up. Right, so we're going to look up here, and the keel bone is right here. So going to get into my kitchen. I'm going to flip it around, slide it around, and right here is the keel bone. So we're going to basically what we're going to do, place a little cut right in there, just like that. Flip it on over, and then just press straight on down till you hear it crack, and it slides a little bit. So now we have a spatchcocked chicken, butterfly chicken, that has the backbone cut out. As you can see, it's going to lay nice and flat. So we're just going to crack that keel bone right there. So it's going to lay out nice and flat. What this does, it gives more surface temperature, more surface area, so that the meat can go ahead and cook up faster, cook up juicier. So we're going to go ahead and get this taken care of, finish it up, clean it up, and when I come back, we're going to go ahead and season it up, and we're going to go ahead and inject the chicken, start getting it ready for the grill. Okay, so I'm now back. To recap a little bit, I got the barbecue sauce going. We cracked the backbone, made a spatchcocked or butterfly out of it. Now, this is my injection needle, my injection gun. This is a spit jack, and I'll have the links to it in the comments description below. This is what I use for my pork, and what I'm going to be using on this. Now, because, and this is my solution right there, because I've got rosemary in here, I'm using the one that has a wide needle on it. You can see it right there, big wide needle. And what I'm going to do is go ahead and bring it on in. You can see my solution right there. And we're going to go ahead and fill it on up. There we go, bring it on up. There we go. We'll start with the breast first. Form your little pocket. See it spurts out. Go to the next one. And we're going to do down to the thighs. Let me go ahead and refill this up a little bit. Okay, so we're going to start in the thigh. Just kind of move it around a little bit. Make sure you can feel it all pump up. Yeah, make sure we get the thighs breast in real good. Pump it up. We're gonna pump it up. Okay. Get down here. And what this does is we're going to add a lot more flavor. Okay. Bring moisture into the game. And this is in the recipes in my description. This is butter, apple juice, and finely minced rosemary. Yeah, get down in there a little bit. Okay. Let me just go. Okay. So now that we got that taken care of, we got it all pumped up with a really flavorful solution of milk, butter, apple, and rosemary. So it's now time to go ahead and flip it on over. And we're going to go ahead and apply some seasoning onto this. And at this time, I'm going to go ahead and pat it dry one more time. Excuse me. And we're going to start on the back side. And I'm going to go ahead and spray with some of my olive oil spray. And what that's going to do is going to help crisp up the skin. Also bind in a little bit of seasoning. And this I have in here is salt, my salt, pepper, garlic seasoning. And we're going to do a lightly coat of seasoning on the back side of this. Because that barbecue sauce is going to bring a lot of flavor to the table. So we don't want a real heavy coat here. But we do want to get some seasoning into it. Okay, since we got that seasoned, we want to do the bottom side first. So when we flip it over, we can do the presentation side. And again, we're going to pat it dry. See some of that rosemary up there. And again, we're going to spray the top of this. Make sure we get under the wings right there. Okay. And we're going to do the same thing on top. We're going to make sure that we get the seasoning up underneath the wings. Okay. So now we're going to go ahead and take our spatchcocked butterflied chicken that we've gone ahead and injected into the melted butter, apple, rosemary solution. We seasoned it and coated it. Now we're going to go ahead and put it into the refrigerator. No wrapping, just so we can head and get the skin start drying out a little bit, and then we'll get ready for it to go on to the grill. Okay, so now we got everything done. We've got the chicken butterflied. We've got it injected. We got seasoned. We got the Blue-Q-BBQ sauce. It's just simmering away. So it's now time to go ahead and get the grilling going. And I know it's what everybody's been waiting for. So I have my Weber kettle. It's up to 400 degrees. I have got it preheated. So we'll go ahead and open it up. And right now, go ahead and place the chicken right on top, the center, just like that. I got briskets filled on both sides of the baskets. So both vents are opened up, bottom vents are open, top vents are open. When it gets to about 110 degrees, you start getting some color on it. I'll go ahead and put my probe in, and then we're going to go for 155 degrees internal temp on the breast, and about 170 on the thighs. I'll be about 35-40 minutes and then we'll open it back up and take a look, see where it stands at. Okay, so it's about the kind of time to go ahead and look to see where the chicken stands at. Ooh, so I think it's time to go ahead and put the first basting on. We're at about 155 degrees. Getting ready to go ahead and put the first basting on. The Blue-Q Spatchcocked chicken. You see how that new skin has no crisped up very nicely? That's that olive oil spray that we put on and let it dry it out. And right now we got about 155 degrees. We're shooting for a final temperature of around about 165 degrees. And get some up underneath these wings. Make sure we get everything done. Okay, there we go. And we're going to just let this tack up a little bit longer. I'm going to give about another 10 minutes and we should be about ready to pull it. Okay. So right now it looks like we may be at the end. So let's go ahead and check it. Ooh, that is looking good. Let me go ahead and test the thighs. We're shooting for about 176. And cool, we got that in the thighs, 165 in the breast. Awesome, right on the money. 165 in the breast and 176 in the thigh. We are done. So I'm gonna go ahead and pull this off. And we're gonna go ahead and pull the chicken. Okay, so we got the chicken pulled, and I'm gonna go ahead and move it on inside so we can go ahead and let it rest. Okay, so now I have the chicken that's pulled from it, and we're gonna go ahead and apply another coat of this Blue-Q-BBQ onto it. And with the heat of the chicken, it's gonna go ahead and tack up very nicely. And boy, is that looking good. We're going to go ahead and let it rest about 15 minutes and let all the juices resorbed back into it. Oh yeah, that is looking good in the neighborhood. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So we're just going to let it go ahead and let it sit. I'm going to go ahead and put a tent over it and let the heat go ahead and tack that up and go ahead and let it rest. We're almost there, guys. Looking good. Okay, so I just have one of those weird moments in YouTube history, and which my last shooting, which I had the whole spatchcocked butterfly chicken that was all done, rested, untipped it. And I was starting to carve it, and all of a sudden my video went into slow motion. Whoa. And it's like, well, anyway, obviously to say that didn't work out too well. So here I am. We're going to go ahead and do it a little bit differently. So what I'm going to go ahead and do this time is I'm going to go ahead and separate the thigh. And see how juicy that is? Ooh. So we're going to take a look and see how juicy that really is. Come on. So you see, no, that is nice and juicy. Same thing with the chicken. Look how juicy that is. Oh yeah. So right now I've made a little bit of rice to go along with this afterwards. So I'm going to go ahead and get set for do my presentation, and we'll call it a wrap. Okay, I almost forgot. I wanted to show you how to go ahead and cut the breast away from the meat, away from the bone. Basically, just see how juicy that is. Just follow the meat on down, and just that simple. We'll do that one more time. Excuse me for going in front. We just find the meat, find the bone, and we just follow the bone straight on down. There we go. Make it easy that way. There we go. This one's got the keel still in it. Okay. So you just follow that on through. And this one's got the part of the keel still left in it. Just look for that little bone right there. Just pull that on out. And this will just cut right on through it. There we go. There we go. And I got a little scrap for the puppies. But now we have two. Oh, sorry about that. Two breasts left intact. That was my fault, guys. Okay, so now we got the breast fully cooked and taken away. So go ahead and cut it. I'm going to just cut across the length. And that's some juicy, tender breast meat, as you can see. So now that we got that cut up, let's go ahead and plate it. Okay. Okay, so we got no plate it right now. And let's go ahead and give it a final drizzle of this Blue-Q barbecue sauce. And just let it drizzle right on top. All that deliciousness. Okay. So guys, I'm going to go ahead and steal a bite out of this. So you can see just how tender that, look at how tender this meat really is. Look at that. Look how tender that is. Yeah, that is some good looking meat. So flavorful, really juicy. And that barbecue, that Blue-Q barbecue, that North Carolina original blueberry barbecue, it's to die for. Okay, it's so good I gotta take another bite. And get some of that Blue-Q on top of this. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh wow, guys. If you make one recipe, this is the one to make.